All right, so Slate has a series about what couples fight about, and a common issue is the way that someone behaves in public. So, for example, if one person likes to argue with others, the other person, though, is more of a pacifist, not confrontational that way. So does your partner's social style bother you, Sin?
It does not bother me. Jason is an introvert. Like, he's an extreme, I would say, kind of introvert. But when he does speak, he usually chooses his words very carefully and thoughtfully, and I'm always kind of inspired by him. I actually aspire to be more like him, but I'm sure I have embarrassed him a number of times. I think we all, in the line of work that we do, we're a bit of blabbermouths, and I am definitely that way when I go to events and things like that. If I'm sitting at a table with a bunch of people, I don't like small talk, so I will often, like, throw a grenade into the conversation.
I've seen her do
like
that.
Like intentional?
Yeah. Kind of.
Yeah.
Like, I was once at a wedding. This was in Los Angeles with a bunch of people I didn't know, and I decided I wanted to talk about circumcision. And Jason was so
as you do
upset with me afterwards. But listen. I think overall he loves me. I always keep things.
I think he does.
Yeah,
he does.
He loves me.
Can confirm.
Yeah.
Can
yeah.
confirm.
Yeah. And I keep things exciting.
Circumcision. What did the people at the table say?
It's for another discussion.
Okay. Wow. You know, it's really funny because you and Jason are very opposite in many ways. I see where you're similar, obviously, but you're very dissimilar in public situations.
Yes.
And people would think that because of our job, we do like to talk a lot, or we don't like awkward silences. We feel the need to always fill it. And people also expect us to talk a lot because of our job. They'll look at us and say, well, what do you think? I'm like, I share a lot of my opinions enough already. You don't need to hear from me. So people would think that maybe Ryan is more like a Jason. But Ryan is my secret weapon. He is actually way better in social situations than I am.
Really? Yeah?
And people I think most of my
I
friends...
don't think that's true.
I think Ryan is more popular in social situations than I am.
Really? You're really good.
Oh, no, but he's really good.
Okay.
He's really good. And
Total
so
dreamboat, too, I might
Oh,
add.
thanks for that.
As is Jason. These guys
But
are
Ryan,
lookers.
what he has the art of that I don't have is Ryan has humor. I'm not a funny person.
Not true.
And Ryan, my daughter tells me every day, Mom, that was not funny.
You're
But
funny.
Ryan has the art of a very well-placed joke that I wish to be able to do that. Sometimes they're inappropriate. I'm sorry, friends.
That's
but
okay. Well,
overall,
look
he's
at
better.
Cynthia. She's talking about it.
She's throwing circumcision off the table.
Right.
That's right.
He's not doing that.
right after
He's
the
not
You
doing
and Renee.
Yeah. My partner is fantastic. She's probably watching. Hi. We're really lucky. Like we don't fight a lot. But one of the only things where we're very different is how we comport ourselves when we're out. And it will not shock you to know that if we're out, even at like a romantic dinner for two, I want to engage with everybody around all the time, totally open to it. And she, on the other hand, is a normal person who sometimes just wants to like have a moment. And so we're very, very different in that regard. And it's pretty wild. And we've had the odd kind of headbutt about that, which is interesting. But then outside of that, I think I'm more of an introvert than she is because of what we do for a living, and because when I'm out, and I'm out a lot, as we talked about, going to movies, doing things, I love talking to people, but then I really need my alone time in a way that I don't know if she does. And so I think it's interesting because when we're out, we're different, but then when we're on our own, we need that time differently.
Do you get a talking to before you go out sometimes?
No, but I just know, and like she's like I'm abnormal. She's the normal one in this context, and I know, and like she's cool with it. Or if like somebody ever says, "Hey, are you that little guy from the TV thing?" She's incredibly cool about that, which I'm very thankful for. But no, it's just like, would you want to be out to dinner with your partner? And they're like looking to talk to the next table. It's like, can we just eat our pancakes? You know?
No, listen, I see nothing wrong with that. That's exactly the way my parents were. And I am, when I was younger, I think I was like, Mom, how do you know all these people? Why are you talking to everybody? And now I'm that person. I am the person who's talking to everybody. And I love that. And most times the people that I've dated have been quieter. And I think by design, because I do a lot of talking, I use a lot of words, and they're fine with it. They actually I think we're drawn to each other so that there's no fighting. It's like, listen, they know I'm gonna sit there and talk to everybody, get everybody's name, get all the tea, and they just sit back and they just chill. And then they give me their assessment of the table because I'm too busy talking to pick up on all the little energies that are going on.
Good one.
But you know what? I'm also curious. I would like to date someone who's a big extrovert just to see what that dynamic is like, right? Just to see if I'd be like, I think he needs to shut up.
Yeah.
Or if I'd be like, I'm okay with it. I don't know. I'm curious. I'm really curious.
All the extroverts apply.
Yes.
Apply.
Yes.
Teddy.
Scan that QR code. Come on down.
We need that.
Scan it.
You came up with an idea.
Get your phone ready, baby.
Oh my God, you just gave me an idea. Okay, we'll talk on break.
Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.